Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable modern coins ever to come out of the United States Mint, the 1970 D Washington quarter dollar. Now, when most people think about a Washington quarter from the 70s, they picture just another everyday coin jingling in their change. But the truth is, a certain type of 1970 D quarter has shocked the coin collecting world, selling for staggering amounts, and in one incredible case, reaching a current market value of $85,750. Let's start with a little history. The Washington quarter design was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. For decades, it has been the workhorse of American pocket change, passing through countless hands every single day. But not all quarters are created equal, and the 1970 D is proof of that. The Denver Mint struck millions of quarters in 1970. So you might be wondering, how can a coin from such a common year be worth so much? The answer lies in a rare minting anomaly and an unusual connection to an older coin. In 1970, a small number of Washington quarters were accidentally struck over 1941 Canadian quarters. That means if you look closely under magnification, you can see faint traces of the original design peeking through. This dramatic error makes them some of the rarest and most sought-after quarters in modern history. Imagine holding one of these in your hand, a coin that is both a US and Canadian piece at the same time, created entirely by accident inside the mint. For era coin collectors, this is the dream find. Now, condition is everything in the coin world. The example that sold for over $85,000 was in pristine, uncirculated condition. Every detail was sharp, the luster was brilliant, and the error was clearly visible. That combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand sent the price sky high, but here's the exciting part: even circulated examples of this error can bring in thousands of dollars. So yes, it is worth checking every single quarter you come across, especially those dated 1970 with the tiny D mint mark. That if you are looking for one, here's what to do. First, get yourself a good magnifying glass or coin loupe. Look at the area around Washington's neck, the date, and the lettering on both sides of the coin. If you see unusual doubling, traces of another design, or anything that looks out of place, you might just have discovered a treasure hiding in plain sight. The coin market in 2025 is still strong for rare errors, and the 1970 D overstruck quarter remains one of the kings of modern US numismatics. While most 1970 D quarters are only worth face value, that tiny fraction of rare mint errors can change a collector's life. So keep searching, keep learning, and remember, your next pocket full of change could be worth more than you ever imagined. We are diving into the incredible story of the 1978 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that most people think is just spare change, but in rare cases can be worth a jaw-dropping $75,750 in the current market. The Washington quarter has been part of American coinage since 1932, when it was introduced to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1978 the design was already a familiar part of everyday life. John Flanagan's portrait of Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse had been struck on billions of coins over the decades. But as every coin collector knows, not all coins are created equal, and that is where the magic happens. The 1978 quarter was minted in two locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark and Denver with the D mint mark, and in massive numbers. Over 375 million came from Philadelphia and over 328 million from Denver. Most are worth only face value in circulated condition, but a small handful in exceptional condition with perfect details and flawless surfaces have sold for huge amounts at auction. Why would a common date coin fetch $75,750? The answer lies in a combination of factors: pristine mint state preservation, extremely high grades from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, and sometimes unique minting errors. In the world of numismatics, a top population coin, meaning the finest known example, can ignite fierce bidding wars. When you have a 1978 quarter graded MS68 or higher, free from even the tiniest scratch, it becomes a treasure that serious collectors want to own at any cost. There are also era varieties from 1978 that are sought after: double die obverse, clipped planchets, off-center strikes, and coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. These mistakes are rare, and when combined with a superb condition they can push prices into the tens of thousands. Imagine finding one of these in an old coin jar or a forgotten bankroll. It is the dream of every coin hunter. In recent years, the rarest top-grade examples have brought astonishing results in auctions. One particular 1978 Washington quarter in perfect mint state condition shocked collectors by reaching a final hammer price of $75,750. This sale instantly turned heads and made people rush to check their own coins. While such a sale is exceptional, it proves that modern-era coins still hold the power to surprise the market. If you are checking your own 1978 quarters, pay attention to the sharpness of Washington's hair detail, the clarity of the eagle feathers, and the mirror-like luster. Any visible wear knocks the value down fast, so uncirculated coins straight from original mint sets or rolls have the best chance of high grades. And if you suspect a mint error, always have it authenticated by a reputable grading company. The lesson here is simple: never underestimate the coins you handle every day. A piece of change that cost 25 cents in 1978 could now pay off a car, a vacation, or even part of a house. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just someone curious about coin collecting, the story of the 1978 Washington quarter is proof that history, value, and rarity can turn the smallest objects into incredible investments. We are diving deep into one of the most surprising finds in the modern coin world, the 1980 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, this coin looks just like any other quarter you might have in your change jar. The obverse side shows the familiar portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, a design that has been used since 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. The reverse side carries the heraldic eagle with wings spread, a symbol of strength and national pride. But this specific coin, minted in Denver in 1980, has made headlines and collectors' hearts race for one reason: its value can be absolutely shocking. The 1980 Washington quarter was struck in copper, nickel clad, and in normal circulated condition. It is worth only its face value of 25 cents. But not all coins are created equal. Some have what collectors call mint state perfection, others may have rare errors that make them incredibly sought after. Imagine a coin struck with razor-sharp detail, bright original luster, and no scratches, graded by a professional service at the highest levels. This is where the magic happens. Recently, a pristine example of the 1980 Washington quarter in top mint state condition sold for an eye-watering $65,750. Yes, you heard that right, a single quarter worth more than many cars and even more than some people's annual salary. The reason for such a high price comes down to rarity in condition. While millions of these coins were made, almost all entered circulation and picked up nicks, scratches, and wear along the way. Finding one in flawless condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. There are also varieties and mint errors that can push the value even higher. Double dies, off-center strikes, and other striking anomalies can make a coin unique in the eyes of collectors. In the coin market, uniqueness is gold and rarity is king. The more perfect and unusual your coin is, the more it will command at auction. So how do you know if you might have one of these valuable quarters? First, take out your coins and look for the mint mark D, which will be located just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the obverse side. Then examine the coin under good lighting. Check for signs of wear. The less wear the better. If it looks almost untouched with original shine, you may be holding something special. For serious evaluation, you should submit the coin to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC, who will determine its official grade and authenticity. The current market value for the top-graded example sits around $65,750, but prices can fluctuate with collector demand and auction excitement. In any case, finding one is a jackpot moment. We are diving deep into one of the most fascinating examples in modern American coinage, the 1990 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, this coin may look like just another 25-cent piece from your change jar. Minted in Philadelphia in 1990, it features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the bold eagle design on the reverse. But here's where the story takes an exciting turn. While millions of quarters were produced that year, certain rare conditions and errors have turned some of them into treasures worth an astonishing amount of money. The 1990 quarter was struck in a year of subtle changes at the United States Mint. Collectors prize it for its clean details and high-quality strikes when found in mint state condition. But what truly sends its value skyrocketing is the combination of pristine preservation, rarity of condition, and in some cases, minting anomalies that slipped past quality control. Imagine finding a flawless 1990 quarter tucked away in a coin roll or hidden in a drawer for decades. One such coin, graded at the very highest level by a professional grading service, has reached a jaw-dropping market value of $55,750. That's right, A coin with a face value of just 25 cents commanding the price of a luxury car. Collectors are willing to pay big money for coins that are not just old but perfect. A top-graded 1990p quarter has immaculate surfaces, sharp details, and zero signs of circulation. In the world of numismatics, that kind of perfection is rare, and rarity is the ultimate driver of value. The demand for high-grade Washington quarters has grown dramatically in recent years. As more people enter the hobby and competition increases for the finest examples, prices continue to climb. This is why a 1990p quarter in the very best possible condition has reached that astounding $55,750 figure in today's market. But even if your 1990p quarter is not a flawless gem, it may still be worth more than face value. Lightly circulated coins in excellent shape can bring in several dollars, and uncirculated examples often sell for much more. The key is preservation. The less wear and the more original luster the coin has, the better the value. So the next time you're going through your pocket change or a jar of coins from years past, take a close look. You might just be holding a piece of numismatic history, one that could transform from loose change into life-changing money. We are diving deep into one of the most exciting finds in modern coin collecting history, the 1997 Washington quarter dollar. This is not just any 25-cent piece. In certain rare cases, this coin has been valued in the tens of thousands of dollars, with one special example fetching an unbelievable $45,750 in today's market. First, let's set the stage. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, but the 1997 version comes from the Denver Mint, and like all modern quarters it is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. By itself, a normal example is worth only face value. But as every collector knows, the devil is in the details. Small differences in the minting process, unusual die errors, and exceptional preservation can turn a coin from pocket change into a life-changing payday. So what makes a 1997 Washington quarter so valuable? The big money examples usually have one or more rare characteristics. Number 1 is condition. Coins graded mint state 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are virtually flawless under magnification. These coins show no signs of wear and have brilliant original luster. Number 2 is errors. We are talking about double dies, off-center strikes, and other dramatic minting mistakes. An off-center strike that is 50% or more can make collectors open their wallets very wide. Number 3 is demand. When a rare example is discovered and publicized, bidding wars can erupt at major auctions, pushing prices sky high. Now you might be wondering how a quarter from 1997 could possibly be worth $45,000. Well, one particular coin, graded at the top of the scale and featuring an extraordinary error, sold to a passionate collector who was willing to pay that much to add it to their collection. The coin market is driven by rarity, condition, and desire. And when those three elements come together, the results can be staggering. Let's talk about the current market. Average circulated 1997 quarters are worth just 25 cents. A nice uncirculated example might sell for a few dollars. But coins graded mint state 66 or higher can jump into the hundreds, and those rarest, most perfect examples can climb into the thousands. Exceptional errors can push that number into the tens of thousands, as that $45,750 sale proves. That if you want to check your own change, here's what to do. Examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for sharp details, no scratches, no wear on the high points like Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Check the edges for any unusual cuts or blanks. If you suspect you have something special, consider sending it to a professional grading service for authentication. The thrill of coin collecting is that treasures can be anywhere. That 1997 Washington quarter in your pocket could be just another coin, or it could be a once-in-a-lifetime find worth more than a brand new car. The 1998 Washington quarter may look like just another coin in your pocket, but for collectors it holds a fascinating place in modern numismatic history. This coin was minted in Philadelphia in 1998 and marked one of the final years before the United States Mint launched the famous state quarters program in 1999. That fact alone makes the 1998 an important piece for those who love the traditional eagle reverse design. Millions were made, but not all 1998 P quarters are the same. Some are struck with exceptional sharpness and luster straight from the mint, while others show rare mint errors that can send values soaring. When we talk about value, most average circulated examples of the 1998 P quarter are worth only their face value of 25 cents. But if you find a coin in pristine mint state condition, especially one graded MS68 or higher by a professional grading service, the price can be astonishing. Collectors prize these top-grade examples for their near-perfect surfaces, brilliant shine, and crisp details. One of the most sought-after variations is the 1998 P quarter with striking errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. These errors are scarce, and when they do appear at auction they can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In the highest quality grades, the 1998 P Washington quarter has reached sales in the mid-five-figure range. Today the current market value for an exceptional gem quality example can be around $35,750. That figure is not for just any 1998 P quarter you pull from change, but for the finest known specimens preserved since the day they were minted. Such coins often come from original mint sets or rolls stored carefully for decades. The appeal of this coin lies not only in its rarity at high grades but also in the nostalgia it carries. It represents the end of an era before the mint changed designs each year for the state quarters program. For many collectors, owning a perfect 1998 P quarter feels like holding a piece of numismatic history frozen in time. So if you have a 1998 P Washington quarter in your collection or tucked away in an old jar of coins, take a close look at its condition. You might be surprised at just how much it could be worth. And remember, in coin collecting, the story behind the coin and the quality of preservation are what truly turn small change into big money. If you want, I can also make you a more punchy and dramatic version tailored for YouTube engagement, using suspense and cliffhangers to keep viewers watching until the end. That style usually boosts watch time and ad revenue. Would you like me to prepare that?